The 80s was a decade where the soundtrack was almost bigger than the movie itself. We're talking about the era of MTV, where a 3-minute music video could sell 10 million tickets to a blockbuster. Now, before I start, please take a deep breath and put the pitchforks down. I know music is personal. I've chosen 10 iconic soundtracks, some that I grew up with, some that I discovered later on tapes or even CDs, and I'm gonna rank them on the star chart. All right, let's get into the time machine. Top Gun, 1986. First up, we have the heavy hitter. You hear the opening synth bass and you immediately feel the need to high-five someone while playing beach volleyball. I mean, come on. This is the soundtrack that arguably defined the blockbuster sound. You've got Kenny Loggins, the undisputed king of the movie soundtrack. Danger Zone isn't just a song, it's an adrenaline shot. But it's not just that. You've got Berlin's Take My Breath Away. That song won an Oscar. It's the ultimate slow dance anthem of 1986. The rest of the album fits the vibe perfectly. Harold Faltermeyer's Grammy-winning Top Gun anthem with that guitar solo? Iconic. However, is it perfect? There are a couple of tracks on there, like Mighty Wings by Cheap Trick, which has gotten better with time, but then you get some deeper cuts that feel a little repetitive. It's very high energy, very 1986, but does it have the emotional range of a perfect album? I'm torn. I want to give it a 5, but I think I'm going to start off controversial. I'm giving Top Gun 4 stars. It is essential listening, but I think there are a couple of albums coming up that are slightly more cohesive as musical works. Don't hate me, Maverick fans. Next, we're cutting loose. Footloose. Now, I saw this movie way after it came out, renting the VHS from Blockbuster. It's a movie about dancing, and I wasn't sure if I would like it. But after others seen it, I decided to watch it, and was happy I did. The plot is ridiculous. A town that bans dancing? Sure. But the soundtrack? It is a machine. You have the title track by Kenny Loggins. Yes, him again. He is everywhere. Then you have Let's Hear It for the Boy by Denise Williams, which is just pure pop joy. You've got Holding Out for a Hero by Bonnie Tyler. That song alone pumps this album up. It's dramatic, it's excessive, it's perfect. Is there any filler here? Honestly, not really. Even the love theme, Almost Paradise with Mike Reno and Ann Wilson. It's cheesy, but it's the good kind of cheese. It's aged cheddar. This album feels like a mixtape your coolest friend made you in 1984. It's just hit after hit after hit. It captures the energy of the decade perfectly. If you put this on at a party today, people are still going to sing along. I'm doing it. Footloose is getting the first 5-star. The question, will there be another? Okay, let's slow it down and go to Detention. This is an interesting one. When you think of this movie, you think of one song. We all know it. The fist pump in the air. Simple Minds, Don't You Forget About Me. But here's the problem with this ranking. Outside of that song, do you know the rest of the soundtrack? There's some Wang Chung on there, some instrumental scores. It's very atmospheric. It fits the movie perfectly, that moody teenage angst vibe. But as a listening experience, without the visuals of the movie, it's a bit sleepy. It's a lot of instrumental fills. It relies so heavily on that one massive titan of a song. So despite how much I love the film and how great Don't You Forget About Me is, the album as a whole, I'm giving it 2 stars. It's a nostalgic keepsake, but you're probably just gonna stream the single and skip the rest. Sorry, Bender. All right, nobody puts Baby in the corner, and nobody ignores this album. This soundtrack, it's a juggernaut. It's a mix of oldies for the 60s setting and 80s pop production. I've had the time of my life. I mean, come on. It won the Oscar, the Grammy, the Golden Globe. It's the trifecta. But then you have Patrick Swayze himself singing She's Like the Wind. And you know what? He can actually sing. I remember thinking it can't be him singing, but it was. It's a surprisingly tender song. Then you've got Hungry Eyes by Eric Carmen. This album is stacked. It manages to bridge the gap between 60s nostalgia and 80s pop perfectly. It doesn't feel disjointed. It feels like a cohesive world. My only gripe? It's been overplayed. I know, that's not the album's fault. Too many weddings where it plays at the end of the night. But trying to be objective, looking at the track list, there are no skips here. I'm giving Dirty Dancing 5 stars, right next to Footloose. It's a perfect album. It's starting to become apparent that movies about dancing must have great soundtracks.
Who you gonna call? This is a tough one for me. I love Ghostbusters. Obviously, the Ray Parker Jr. theme song is legendary. It's catchy, it screams scary fun. But let's look at the rest of the album. You've got the Bus Boys doing Cleaning Up the Town, which is a fun, swinging track. You've got some Thompson Twins, you've got Air Supply. It's a weird mix. It's very eclectic. It feels a little bit like a various artist compilation that was thrown together. It doesn't have the cohesion of Top Gun. When I listen to the Ghostbusters soundtrack, I find myself waiting for the theme song or the score pieces and kind of zoning out during the middle tracks. It's a fun, feel-good soundtrack. It's a soundtrack that I think was great for when we were younger, but just not as great later on. I can't give it a 2 because the theme song carries it so hard, but it's not a 4. I'm gonna say Ghostbusters is 3 star. It's solid, it's fun, but it's not a musical masterpiece from front to back. Back to the Future. This movie is perfect. Was fun to watch and still is today. But how is the soundtrack? It's anchored by Huey Lewis and the News. The Power of Love. Great song. High energy. It fits the tone of the movie so well. You also have Back in Time, which plays during the credits. Also a banger. Then you have the score by Alan Silvestri, which is majestic. That orchestral swelling when the car hits 88 miles per hour? Chills. But then, the rest of the soundtrack is 50s music. Earth Angel, Johnny B. Good. Now, I've never been into 50s music, but enjoy the major hits. But when I'm ranking 80s soundtracks, it feels a little like cheating to rely on Chuck Berry to boost the score. It's a great listening experience because it takes you through the plot of the movie. But as a representation of 80s music, it's split between 1985 and 1955. I love the movie so much I want to put it higher, but objectively, I'm going to give Back to the Future 3 stars. It's iconic, but mostly for 2 Huey Lewis songs and a score. It sits right next to Ghostbusters. Let's get a little darker. Let's head to Santa Carla. If you were a goth kid or an alternative kid in the 80s, this was your Bible. That wasn't me, but still loved the movie and the soundtrack. The vibe of this soundtrack is immaculate. It's sweaty, it's dark, it's leather jackets and vampires. Cry Little Sister by Gerard McMahon. That song is a mood. It sets the tone for the whole film. Then you've got Echo and the Bunnymen covering People Are Strange. You've got In Excess and Jimmy Barnes doing Good Times. This soundtrack does something that Ghostbusters failed to do. It creates a consistent atmosphere. It feels cool, it feels dangerous. It doesn't have the billion-dollar pop hits like Dirty Dancing, but it has street cred. I'm giving The Lost Boys 3 stars. It screams cool 80s.
Flashdance, 1983. Back to the dance floor. This is the grandmother of the 80s soundtrack boom. Flashdance, What a Feeling by Irene Cara. It won the Oscar. It's inspirational. Then you have Maniac by Michael Cimbello. The rest of the album? It's very synth-heavy, very Euro disco. It's good, but it sounds very specifically like 1983. It hasn't aged quite as timelessly as Purple Rain or even Footloose. It feels a little dated. I respect it for starting the trend, but listening to it today, it's a bit repetitive. I'm gonna give Flashdance 2 stars.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 1986. The movie that taught us all how to fake a fever. Back in 1986, John Hughes refused to release an official soundtrack. He thought the mix of songs was too weird and eclectic, and he didn't think kids would want to buy a record that had Wayne Newton's Dank a Shame right next to Yellow's Oh Yeah. So, for years, you couldn't even buy this. I remember the first time hearing the songs and thinking it was a bit weird being an 80s movie, but Ferris made it fun to watch. But looking at the music used in the film, Twist and Shout, The Beatles, Oh Yeah, Yellow, the Dream Academy's instrumental cover of Please, 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 Let Me Get What I Want. The curation is genius. The song, Oh Yeah, basically became the theme song for lust and greed for the next decade. However, because it lacks an original release, until much later, and because it's so scattered, marching band music mixed with the Beatles, it works in the movie, but as an album, it's a mess. I love the movie. I love the needle drops. But as a soundtrack ranking, I have to be harsh. I'm going to have to give Ferris Bueller a 1 star. Not because the music is bad, but because as a product, it didn't exist, and as a playlist, it's pure chaos. Don't hate me. It's just the rules of the star chart.
And finally, we have Purple Rain, 1984. Is this a soundtrack? Yes. Is it a studio album? Yes. Is it one of the greatest recordings in the history of movie soundtracks? Absolutely. Prince, The Revolution, Let's Go Crazy, When Doves Cry, Purple Rain, I Would Die For You. This album transcends the movie. The movie is fine, it's basically a long music video, but the soundtrack is a monster. It mixes rock, pop, R&B, gospel, and synth funk into something that sounds like it came from another planet. There are recent movies based on historical musicians, but this is one of the first ones I remember that was not just a movie, but a sensory experience. So how do I feel about Purple Rain? Drumroll please. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. It gets 5 stars. It is the king of the 80s soundtracks. Nothing else comes close.
Here are the final star rankings for movie soundtracks from the 1980s. Do me a favor, go to the comments section, tell me which placement I got wrong. Tell me which movie I absolutely need to include in part 2. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, check out the next video. Thanks for watching, and let's go crazy in the Purple Rain.